I'm Rob Johnson, and welcome to the Legacy Gentleman channel. Today I'm going to be doing a reaction video to one of my favorite music videos. The video is called Don't Nobody Own Us. It's by KB. He's a Christian rapper who's a Dove Award winner. You know, I think that if there was a theme song for Legacy Gentleman, it would be this song. But it's one of those songs when I listen to it, I'm just like, yeah, that kind of represents a lot of the values that I think men should have and that I like.
Bet the bag on myself, you know? I'm not gonna spend my time trying to gather hundreds of you. I'm gonna believe in the power of what God can do with little old me. And I'll lose on that, because it's better to lose trusting God than to win fearing man. You feel me?
So yeah, I just like that intro. First of all, I think there's a lot of great symbolism of being inside of your vehicle, being inside of a place where you're going. Have a bunch of people trying to break their way in to stop you. I think that's a great metaphor for a lot of parts of life, especially when you look at the people who's on the outside and the inside of the car. Look, no matter who you are, there's always going to be people who are against you. And a lot of times we'll find that sometimes it's the people that are closest to us who should be giving us the most support are the ones that kind of hinder us the most, especially if you're looking at family who sometimes they're not the ones that give you the best support. They're usually the ones that end up hurting you the most, or even close friends, people who you feel like were family, and even for a lot of us in the Black community, it's a lot of times if there's going to be some crime against us, it's going to be done by people who look like you. That's true in most communities. Like if you're going to be robbed or any kind of crime against you, it's going to most likely happen to people that look like you, because most of us live around people that look like us. It starts off DNOU, that's Don't Nobody Own Us, and that'll be very evident in the rest of the video. But keep it going.
Yeah, woke up, glow up, yeah, and a lot of y'all still don't know us, so what, yeah, nothing but Satan, no love, get no love, yeah, but ain't talk, that's my bonus, or my quota, boy, don't nobody own us.
Just love it. He talks about he grow up, then he glow up, which just happens to a lot of people, and people still don't recognize that, but you know, that's how it goes. That's how life will be when you set yourself on a path to improve yourself, to make yourself better looking, more intelligent, and seek success outside of place. You will glow up and grow up, and you're going to still be around people that don't realize it. I think that's how life should be. You should be around people and they were like, oh, what did you do? Let me try and get the same for myself, hopefully. But you know, everybody's not going to be like that. But that's their issue, not your issue. Let's continue.
ACA, that's the law, yeah. Spurred down with the ball, yeah. Commas way out the calling. Bet you and in the garden. Going for my people starving. Keeping up with no Joneses. Generous with my goal, yeah. Boy, don't nobody own us.
Love it. He said, keeping up with no Joneses. You don't have to try and measure your success off anybody else. You are here for a purpose. God has a purpose for your life. And when you align yourself with God's purpose, you are going to be where he wants you. And there is no need to measure yourself against other people. There's no need to say, hey, this guy is doing it, so I'm mad and jealous and hating on them. You get where God wants you, and you're going to be fine. I love that. Not trying to measure up to any Joneses. Man, like I said, don't nobody own us. Keep going.
Squad needed merch, so we bought our own shop. Free is my own hair, but I got it on lock. Counted all lost, counted all lost. Excuse me, I'm just trying to trust God. Finished on my lab bit again for the money God sent. Had to write it on the check. Don't nobody.
Like I said, once again, he's talking about himself, but the idea is still the same. He said he wanted merchandise, so he started his own shop. And that is what we have to do. We, as men, don't necessarily need to wait for people. You have to understand your limits and what's best for you. But if there's no one else going to do it, then you take leadership and do it. Like I said, that's just one of those things about this and staying in God's purpose for your life. God needs to be the guide for your life when you're doing things. And that's kind of what he's talking about here. I move far too focused. I even stand on the car and say, this is not a loner, which is kind of funny to me. But because God will give you what you need. But he also talks about staying. I'm far too focused. You're too focused to worry about people who are trying to destroy you, trying to stop what you're trying to build. If you're in God's purpose and you're focused on God's purpose, that was, like I said, the video where the car is being broken up and it's all being reversed because you focus on God, he will take care of those things. And like I said, just love the symbolism of the car being broken and the people breaking it and it being reversed. Probably one of my favorite lines from this whole video is, I bet the bag on myself. Bet the bag on myself. So that's him saying he's taking this on himself. Like I said, we'll probably like it a little bit better, a little bit more Christian, talk about, bet the bag on God, but the idea is still the same. He's taking the responsibility for his success and he's going to do it. God is going to, he's staying focused on God, and he's like, I'm going to bet on God's vision for me. I'm betting the bag on myself. I love it. That's one of those things that every time I hear it, it moves me, because that is where we need to be. We need to have ourselves with God in the center and on God's ability to use us. That needs to be center. So let's keep it going. Yeah, so like I said, more symbolism. Definitely, I think this is more of a statement about the record industry, but it's about a lot of things. You got the beginning. There's a bunch of black people he's a black dude. A bunch of black dudes working against him, and how he walks into this area. Bunch of old white dudes in this nice, clean place in suits, laughing and playing. And you saw the black dudes like they're in the hood. They're all dirty and scudgy, doing all the dirty work. These guys are laughing and playing. They got the beautiful women in the big house. Some great symbolism about how the world is definitely perceived by a lot of us, but how it works in general. I think this is a statement more about the music industry, but a lot of us can look at our lives and say, hey, there are people who are directing a lot of parts of a lot of the evil stuff that's happening in the world, and they are living a completely different life. But like I said, that's all stuff that God's going to handle. We stay focused on God, it's going to all be fine. And so I like this video with him in his clothes, being himself, walking in God's favor, coming into this area where these guys are living it up and all suiting it up. I think it's like I said, great symbolism. Let me keep it going.
Yeah, I talk KBJ, no nonsense. Yeah, don't you ever skip my crosses. Yeah.
Don't you ever skip my crosses. That's right.
Does it honor God and conscience?
Honor God and conscience.
You owe nothing but your love, man. Boy, do what you want, man. Was tripping out apartments. Yeah. Now I'm taking off on top, man.
Love it. God will bring you out. You're tough. Like, hey, sometimes your tough times, there's plenty of saints that died in their tough times. But God has the ability to move you to higher places. Not trying to look at the whole prosperity gospel and all that stuff, leaving that away. God has a plan for your life, and that plan for your life is going to have you better. You keep on God's will, you put your faith in Him, He will provide for your needs. However, God is going to bless you. He's going to bless you if it's monetarily, if it's just with peace, which is far better than monetary things. That's what God's going to do. Like him, you see, he was trapped in apartments. Now he's taking off on tarmac. Trapped in an apartment is a low down place. Taking off on tarmac, like that's a higher, at least emotional and spiritual message. Love the symmetry in there, and I love the facts that he's talking about Christ in this.
Yeah, don't be driven by a contract. Yeah, have your lawyer check the Carfax. Not amazed with contact. There ain't nothing that my God.
There ain't nothing that my God lacks. So you don't got to be driven by contracts. You don't got to be driven by the other stuff. God has it all for you. Like strong Christian message. Love this. Like I said, this would, if I had a theme song, it would be this song. And now he shows his rap skills in this one coming up next.
I don't need none of your star stats. I was good way before rap. Wrote these on my guard claps. I won't fame on my guard tat. Hip hop won't involve this. Radio hasn't bought this. Way too exhausted. The tap dance for your profits. I'm in love with my confidence. Hold it down before the door slams. Right free on my coffin. Christ rules on my content. Race, faith, and the far shit.
Love this. He talks about Christ being the lead, right free on my coffin. Christ rules. Just how you should live your life. It's a rap song. It's about a Christian rapper, but this is how we should be living our lives. And God will take care of it. He has a plan for you. If you stay in His plan, He is going to take care of it all. So let's continue.
3 sons and the daughters. 3 sons and the daughters. Boy, don't nobody in my bag. I'm back to back, compassionate with a pastorate with a fashion sense. Don't try to tell me how to act in this. I'm black and rich in the Nazareth and passages attached to him, little activist with a dash of risk. But I'm back to biz and packing kids and the facts are lived. Get back in the fact that is that the master is back in this. Can I fathom this born again? Only one man, you man.
He's blessed with his 2 sons and a daughter, and how Christ is leading his life, and he puts his faith in Christ, and it's how his life is moved on. I just love it. And which brings us back to the point that don't nobody own us. Nobody. We are owned by Christ, and He is our head of our lives, and He's the one that's going to direct our lives. And this just reminds us, if you have a job, if you have a boss, you have people in your life that you feel like are holding you down, they are all subservient to Christ who we serve, to the God who made you. And He has a plan for your life. Focus on Him, and it'll all be all right. Hope somebody needs to hear this today, because I can tell you, every time I listen to this, it moves me, because, hey, I know that I'm still pressing toward that high mark that Christ has.
Oh God, show love. A lot of y'all still don't know us. So what? He said death can't hold us. Death can't hold us.
He said, death can't hold us. Just
I'ma tell y'all my motor. Boy, don't nobody own us. Back to back on myself, yeah. Back to back on myself, yeah. Back to back on myself, yeah. Boy, don't nobody own us, yeah. In a lane with myself, yeah. In a lane with myself, yeah. In a lane with myself, yeah. Boy, don't nobody own us.
All right, so that was KB's Don't Nobody Own Us. And like I said, I think that if Legacy Gentleman had a theme song, it would be this song. That you focus on Christ and what He has for you, and He will take care of everything. God doesn't lack anything, and the purpose He has you on earth, He will bring it to fruition if you just focus on Him and move in the way He would have you go. I hope you enjoyed this. Check out KB. He's been making music for a long time, a very solid Christian, and you hear about his life story and his music all the time, and makes a lot of great music. And also, I hope that you'll just think about some of the visions in it about people trying to destroy your visions and how God will take care of it and he can fix it, and that God has a purpose for your life and not your job, not your boss, not the people in your life who tell you you can't do stuff. Those aren't the ones that own you. Christ made you. He made you for a purpose, and he will bring forth the good works that he started in your life. All we got to do is focus on him and keep moving toward it. So I want to thank you very much for watching this video. If you found something in it useful or thought-provoking, please like it. And hey, what do you think about these reaction videos? Yeah, let me know what you think about it in the comments section. And until next time, go be legendary.